In the final moments of landing, your aircraft suddenly drops 50 feet without warning. You add full power, but it's too late. You're descending too rapidly to recover. This scenario has played out hundreds of times due to a weather phenomenon many pilots don't fully understand. Wind shear is a sudden change in wind speed or direction over a short distance. It's particularly dangerous during takeoff and landing when you have minimal altitude to recover from an unexpected loss of airspeed or lift. Today, I'll show you the meteorological conditions that create wind shear, how to detect it before it's too late, and the recovery techniques that could save your life. Wind shear can occur at any altitude and in any direction, but low-level wind shear is particularly hazardous. It's commonly associated with thunderstorms, frontal systems, temperature inversions, and terrain-induced flow. The most dangerous form is the microburst, a small-scale, intense downdraft that spreads out in all directions upon hitting the ground. These typically last less than 15 minutes but can produce wind shifts exceeding 45 knots and downdrafts of 6,000 feet per minute. What makes microbursts so deadly is their deceptive nature. During landing, you'll first encounter an increasing headwind, which will cause your aircraft to balloon above the glide path. Many pilots respond by reducing power and pitching down, exactly the wrong response for what comes next. After the initial headwind, you'll suddenly encounter a downdraft followed by a strong tailwind. This rapid transition from headwind to tailwind can cause a catastrophic loss of airspeed and lift, potentially dropping your aircraft onto the runway or terrain short of the runway. Visual clues of possible wind shear include dust rings on the ground, virga, precipitation that evaporates before reaching the ground, and localized rain shafts. If you observe any of these conditions near your approach path, consider delaying your landing or diverting to an alternate airport. If you encounter wind shear during landing, your immediate response should be to execute a go-around with maximum power. Maintain a positive climb attitude, but be careful not to exceed the critical angle of attack, which could lead to a stall. Wind shear has claimed the lives of countless pilots who either didn't recognize the warning signs or didn't react quickly enough when encountered. Understanding the meteorological conditions that create wind shear and being prepared to execute an immediate go-around could be the difference between life and death on your next approach. For more critical safety information, check out my video on the 3 most dangerous phases of flight linked in the description.